Hello, friends and neighbors. It is again another episode of Playing Games with Strangers. I almost introduced it as Strangers and Aliens. I'm feeling I'm gonna start calling myself Ben Avery.
There you go.
Um, but no, my name is John. How are you? I am your DM for the evening, as well as a voice actor for the Supersonic Pod Comics crew. As is the case with all of us, we are affiliated with Supersonic in some way, shape, or form. With us this evening, we do have, of Strangers and Aliens fame, Steve McDonald.
That's me.
We have J.S. Earls, one of the writers and one of my bosses from Supersonic Pod Comics.
Or bog or go home.
Oh, so there's that. We have Josiah Crandall, also voice actor for Supersonic, as well as world famous movie director.
Hello, hello.
And we have, I don't have names in front of me and my mind went blank. I apologize. I'm terrible with names. I'm a bad person.
Alien. What's
Celeste.
Alien do?
Celeste. I know you by so many names now. I always forget which one is
the real
correct. Yeah, because I'm a terrible person. Everybody,
Okay.
I want everybody to know that I'm just a bad person. We
We
have
still love
Celeste,
you, though.
Celeste Mora. I pronounced that right?
You did. Well done.
All right. Celeste Mora, who is also a voice actor from
Actress.
voice actress from Supersonic Pod Comics. I apologize to anybody who's listening if I sound a little bit jumbled. A lot of that comes from the fact that I had one of two ways I was going to take the narrative tonight, and I literally didn't know until about 15 minutes before we started. And so I'm shooting from the hip a lot. So I've got a lot of other things on my mind. So I apologize if I sound a little bit scattered in the intro. Real quick, I'm going to get this out of the way because it's just kind of awkward to do this at the end of the show. If you like our podcast and you want to help us out, wherever you're listening to this from, give us a rating and a review. That really helps us out as far as standings, as well as putting us in front of other like-minded individuals who are looking for actual play D&D podcasts. So anybody else got anything that they want to promote? All right, well, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. So, before we step into this evening's game, who wants to recap what happened in the last episode? I will call names.
Yeah, you should just assign it.
Okay. Steve, what happened in the last episode?
Oh, man, not me. I meant to other people. Oh, man. Okay. The rest of the party apparently lost their minds and wanted to go into slavery. Gareth was having none of it, so he left. But then it turns out that they met Aelin. Then Callum went missing, and then we went to search for Callum. But before then, this being of great power approached us and pretty much forced us to go on some sort of a quest probe type of a Battle of Champions, I guess, something like that. So through the portal we went, without Callum, and with Aelin. And there we go.
Real quick to put a little bit more fine point on it, Callum was actually apprehended by authorities for escaping prison. And you all were told that she was probably taken up to Baldur's Gate.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So just throwing that out there for the eagle-eyed listeners at home who are saying, hey, wait, there was more detail. I'm one of those
Eagle-eared.
Hey, I said it and I'm not taking it back. All right. So we begin today's session back at the field in the exact same spot where you guys were taken up by the Kieran. And a portal opens, and the five of you actually, including the Kieran walk out, and he goes, "Well, I guess that's going to take care of that then. I'm sure that'll be an experience none of y'all will ever forget. I know I won't. So, what morals did you guys take away from what you just learned there?"
Well, I would say that I learned the meaning of happiness.
Don't do drugs.
Oh yes, that's a very good advice.
I am still covered in flour.
And I've got this pot of honey, so that's a big takeaway.
And I learned the meaning of true love.
Wow. Whoa. Sorry, wrong voice.
Whoa, wow.
What exactly happened to the rest of you? I met a bubble person and a small person that talked funny.
So did we.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get flour out of my ears. Just skip me.
Keeper,
Well-
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Why does Aelin, however you say her name, why does she sound like you? Why the same accent?
Honey, that is not the same accent.
No, that's not the same there at all. But, some people just don't pick up on the sensibilities of nuance and all that. So, there's that.
One
But,
of us is much more refined than the other.
I do appreciate you noticing that. Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Go ahead,
Did we
there.
do
Pooh Bear.
very amusing? Did we do what we were supposed to do?
That's about the, that's about that. Y'all did all right.
Good. Then I think we should get on with what we wanted to do.
Yeah, about that.
What?
Well, I'm just gonna say, time moves different between the realms. It's one of those inevitabilities that just can't be controlled. Time just keeps ticking.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm just gonna say, Pooh. Sometimes, and this is the lesson that I want y'all to have learned from this whole experience. It's not so much about making it to the point to achieve the goals that you want, but it's about the story you leave along the way. All right? Well, with that said, I'll see y'all later. And then he just vanishes.
Did anybody understand what that thing just said?
There were a lot of words.
He said something about a story and a way, and I didn't like the way he said those things.
Seems like we came different time. Forward or backwards, I don't know.
So you're saying that we're not when we were before we went?
Exactly.
Let's hope we're not backwards, because we do not have the time to clean up the mess if we meet ourselves.
Well, let's hope we're not forwards, because who knows what's happened to Callum or Christopher.
I would like you guys to make a perception check.
You.
10.
24?
7.
All right. Pooh, you don't notice anything different. Steve, what did you get? Oh, you got an 8. Neither do you, Steve. Or I mean, Gareth. However, Aelin and Orbog, you guys notice that where you're standing is the same area that you got picked up at, and it's the same time of day that you got picked up, but the growth around you is significantly thicker and more dense.
Oh, that's just growth.
There seems to be quite a bit of foliage around here. A little bit more than when we left.
Oh, well.
Any idea how much? How long? It would
No,
take
I
to
do
grow
not
this
do.
much?
It
I do
is a
not do
forest.
plants.
Boy.
Oh, but I can talk to the plants.
You can what now?
Good.
See, I can here. Let me just do this. Okay,
I-
so I'm gonna
I-
cast.
I can too, but they don't talk back.
I'm gonna cast speak with plants.
Oh, okay. What is the how does this spell work? Go ahead and do you have the spell definition in front of you?
I can. Hang on. You imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day, gaining information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances.
Within the past day. Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Speak with Plants just
All right.
to see what's going on.
So the grass that rises up. Well, you're a halfling, aren't you?
Yeah,
Pass on grass.
the
So-
grass is probably already taller than I am.
Yeah, the grass comes up to your forehead, so it starts to kind of sway around you like it's grooving to some tunes it's thinking about.
Excuse me, Mr. Grass. Do you happen to know what has happened within the last day or so around here? Perhaps the time of year that it is?
Yeah, there's totally like some breeze and like there was this dog, right? You wouldn't believe what it did to that tree over there. It was heinous. So not cool.
Is
Do
the
you
grass
ha-
saying anything?
Hang on a second, Pooh dear. Do you happen to know what time of year it is? Is it the rainy season?
It's daylight, right? Yeah, it was like this yesterday too. And like, but there was this weird case of like scattered darkness for like hours, right? And we're like, oh no, we need light to live. But then like the light came back, we're like, oh, righteous.
You have been most helpful, dear. I'm going to go talk to that tree over there. So I go and walk to a tree that's within range. Excuse me, dear. Can you happen to tell me what time of year it is?
Oh my god. So it's totally spring, right? Like, can't you totally see my buds? Like, so good.
Thank you, darling. You have been most helpful.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I come
I
back
think
to the
there's a
group.
flower over there if you want to talk to it. Let's see how many different voices we can make our DM do. Oh, look, some moss.
You know what? I don't feel so bad about what's going to happen now. So go ahead. Keep pushing that button.
So
On
I'm
second
gonna go,
thought.
I'm going to go back to the group and let them know. Yes, I do believe it is springtime.
Oh, well, that's great news. I don't remember what time it was when we left.
It was spring.
Oh, it was spring. I just heard a voice in my head. It's my bear instincts.
Are they your bare necessities?
Someone
Yes.
was going to say it.
Oh, very bare necessities. Wouldn't we get more information if we found a person than a tree? Or
There's
perhaps we should head
Nothing
back.
else? No other details, they said?
No, the grass was most unhelpful.
What about the dog?
Behind you, you hear someone go, "What?"
Considering that the grass comes up to my forehead, I'm gonna like just shrink closer to the party.
Oh, well, I assume we should probably. I guess what I meant to say is, let's continue on the path that we were on before all this happened. And let us go find Callum so that then I can find Christopher so that then I can return to my home. I have a lot to do and a very little time to do it. And you are more than welcome to join me on these adventures. But if you have other things to do,
No, we should join you. We will discover how much time has passed no matter where we go, so we might as well go together.
all right. To Baldur's Gate to free Callum from her wrongful imprisonment. His wrongful imprisonment.
There you go.
It's been too long.
Poor Callum.
So, what are you guys doing?
I head towards whichever way the road that we were trying to be on was.
I have a
I'll-
question for Pooh.
Oh yes. What is it, Orbog?
I don't know how much time has passed, but if you're still wanted, should we be traveling on the open road? Or should we just follow the coast?
I think we should go whichever way is fastest. And as I am also directionally challenged, I believe the road is the most fast way to get to a place. Perhaps we can overtake the wagon and that Callum was in that way too.
That's true.
I'm a fan of that. I do not care to walk through all of this foliage.
Oh yes, here, let me help you.
And I take my great axe and I start cutting away some of the grass. So,
You hear, Aelin, you hear someone go, "Oh no!"
As soon as he did that, I was like, oh god, they still have sentience.
And they feel everything.
It's a haircut. Not dead.
There, is that better? Can you?
You are so kind. Thank you, darling.
I hear the screams of the vegetables.
Was that VeggieTales?
No, it's from it's a Canadian band called the Arrogant Worms. Anyway, continue.
To the road.
To the road.
I make my way out to the road.
All right. So as you guys head down the road, you guys pass by those ruins where you first found Aelin and encountered the slave trader. And you're passing by if anybody cares to take a look, or we can continue going.
Nope. Bad times.
All right.
I speed up a little bit as we walk past.
I'll glance over.
Gareth, I'd like you to make a perception check, please. And being as you're taking a glance over, you can choose either perception or investigation, whichever is higher for you.
Bye, Gareth. Nice knowing you.
16 on perception.
Okay. As you look around, you're noticing that there isn't really any sign of occupation in this area. Whereas last time you were here, it seemed like there was a lot of foot traffic through here. But right now, there's not so much. Actually, none at all. And the bombed out looking buildings that were in the area have fallen deeper into dilapidation. Like no one's paid any attention to it for quite some time.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you notice that there's a lot of dilapidation, no sign of any foot traffic or current usage. So a certain amount of time probably has passed, and certain trends must have changed because no one's been here for a while.
Fascinating. Let's just stand here and stare at it.
Oh,
You don't know anything about it.
I'm still
Grumpy.
walking.
Does
So-
the road look any different that we're on? Like, is the road more like dilapidated or whatever?
You
or
know
less
what?
used?
It does have a little bit of a Robert Frost vibe to it. It is a road less traveled.
Oh, interesting.
So, how long do you think has passed? I mean, a couple of hours, or maybe a few minutes?
It appears as though a longer time has passed to me.
Oh, 3 hours.
No,
I think
Maybe
it's
it-
been at least a day, honey.
A day?
maybe longer than that. I'm thinking perhaps even a year,
A-
where
a
no one
year?
has done anything in this area. Almost as if it has been cleared out or evacuated.
Oh, no, that's probably wrong. I bet it's only been a couple of hours.
Or perhaps months.
Oh, perhaps. Did you mean minutes? I thought I heard you say months.
No, months.
Well,
It could be a year.
I guess everyone can have their own opinion. I believe we must hurry. I'm worried about Callum.
All right. So as you guys are traveling, you do see a wagon coming towards you guys from the other end of the road. Coming up the road.
Oh, or maybe it's the guards returning from bringing Callum to a Baldur's Gate. Perhaps if we hide and ambush them, we can get some information from them.
Does it look like they've seen us? Or
Make a. Oh, you asked if it looks like. Make a perception check.
successful?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
You pretty far away. You can't really see the faces of anybody who's in the cart. So you're not certain.
I dive into the underbrush and try to hide. So that's a natural 20.
Nice. You guys watch this giant bugbear dive into an underbrush, and he completely disappears into it. Pooh, you have found like a kind of like a sinkhole,
Perfect.
and you just dove into it, and you hit the ground. I'd like you to make a dexterity check, please.
Okay.
Or
9.
it's gonna be a save. So if you got proficiency,
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I don't think I have. It's still 9.
still a 9.
Yep.
Yeah, you fall in there and you land face first into the ground. Go ahead and take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, bother.
I watched somebody do something similar into the shallow end of a lake because they thought it would be deeper when they dove into it.
Ouch.
Gareth, can you see the wagon?
I'm going to stealth into the grasses gently.
Go ahead.
I
and
can see
Oh
it.
wow, yeah, you rolled a 26 on that stealth. The halfling that you were with, as you turn around to ask if Gareth had seen the wagon, the halfling's gone.
Maybe the bugbear stepped on her.
Do you think we should approach the wagon, seeing as how we tend to get more respect than the bugbear? And I don't know who the new girl is, but
Did it look like the wagon was military at all, or did it look like it was just a regular people, peasantry using it?
With the perception check that you threw, it does appear to be like it's covered, so you can't really see what's in the wagon. But you don't see any insignias or anything on there that you would normally expect that would designate it to be military or affiliated with a specific organization.
Got it. Thank you. Yes, I think it may be prudent for us to approach it.
Prudent for us to approach it?
We should try to get information from them.
Yes, I agree, but we don't know how much time has passed. We should be on guard.
Well, of course.
The wagon is probably within 100 yards of you now, looking like it's just gonna pass you. From what you can see, you see a female dragonborn driving.
Oh no.
You look familiar?
Driving the wagon, and there's a younger dragonborn sitting beside her, a younger female dragonborn.
We approach it with, hands in a peaceful gesture, and so that they can see us, and it doesn't seem as though we're attacking them. Just as peaceful as we can possibly be.
Well,
Right.
they're dragonborn too, so it's not like.
All right, so I would assume
Yeah.
that they would have some sort of affinity with me,
Yeah.
but you could be wrong.
So she slows her oxen down. She's like, is there something that you need help with?
Good woman, yes. My friends here and I seem to have been lost for a little while. It seems as though this way has not been passed for quite some time.
Yeah, this road doesn't get used very often. Not much traffic between here and Daggerford anymore, really.
What
At least not since the takeover.
who took over Daggerford?
Oh, no one took over Daggerford.
Who took what over?
Oh, it was a band of slavers. They took over. Well, I shouldn't really call it the takeover. It was more of an eradication.
Oh.
But there used to be a clan of bugbears that was north of the town.
Yes.
And apparently they kind of kept. They tended to keep a bit of the highwaymen situation. Do you know what I mean by highwaymen?
I do.
They kind of kept that situation
At
under
that point, when she
under
says
control.
highwaymen, when she says highwaymen, I jump out and yell really loud because I think trying to attack, like not attack, but to scare, to intimidate.
At which point she gets wide-eyed and whips the oxen and just hightails it out of there.
What are you doing?
Thanks,
No.
Pooh.
Now, darling,
I was about ready to attack.
Why?
Because wasn't it? Well, who was on there? It was a transport vehicle, wasn't it?
No, it
They
was a dragonborn family.
Oh, a likely story.
Why would I lie to you?
Oh, I don't think you lied to me, but maybe they were lying to you. Hmm.
now
Well, let's
I'm
put it
very
this
good at
way,
changing
they
my appearance.
seemed very dragonborn to me, being a dragonborn myself.
I think you should tell him what she told us.
Oh, what'd she tell you?
The road has not been used very much because of the slavers who, well,
What?
there
You think-
seems to have. Go ahead.
We think they did something bad to the bugbears.
Yes.
Like what?
We don't know. You scared them away before we could get more information.
They were probably lying.
Well, let's find out.
All right, let's.
What's the plan here, kids?
So you see, I guess he's going stomping off in the direction we
Yeah.
were heading.
I go stomping off in the direction we were heading.
So
I
you're
pop
going
out of the grass.
you're going away from Waterdeep and still towards Daggerford?
Yep.
Okay.
Pooh is living in denial right now, and I apologize for.
Yeah, his little brain too. I mean, come on.
Poor
Hey,
thing.
it's your game to play. I'm just the one who makes the story up as you go. All right. So you guys are heading further down this road. At first, it's easy enough to kind of figure out where the ruts are at because of the wheels of the wagon that just went by. It kind of bent down the grass. But as you are starting to go forward, who is leading the expedition to Daggerford right now?
Oh,
I think it's
definitely Pooh.
Yeah,
Pooh.
Pooh.
Okay, Pooh, I would like you to make a perception check to see if you can keep your eyes on where the trail's at.
Yeah, 15.
All right. Yeah, being as you're quasi-familiar with this area, although you are more from the Crypt Garden Forest, which is north of Waterdeep,
Right.
but you're still quasi-familiar with this area. You still have kind of a knack for knowing where the road's supposed to be, and yeah, you have no problems finding where you need to get to. Is anybody watching out for activity going on around you, or are you just kind of...
I'm single-minded, so no.
I'll be
Okay.
keeping
I
an
am.
eye out and pretty much taking up the rear.
Okay, and Aelin, you said you were as well?
Yeah, I'm probably near. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your character's name. So, but I'm near the back.
Okay,
Gareth.
so you're near Gareth.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and Orbog, you just kind of trying to console Pooh, or what's your game plan on this march?
Yeah, but I'm staying kind of aware too because I don't like the whole situation.
Okay, one of the three of you, I would like to roll a perception check with advantage, please, because the other two are helping you. So whoever wants to roll that.
I think that's good. We'll just go
16?
with that one.
Okay, 16. Aelin, as you are looking around, it doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on, but every so often, like once every 5 minutes or so, you kind of notice some shadows just way amongst the more densely foliaged area.
Now, boys, I may be imagining things, but did you just see a shadow over there?
I did not.
Well, alrighty
Um,
then.
Should we stop and check it out?
Do you want to tell the bugbear to stop?
Well, I guess we should just follow and keep our eyes open and look and see if we can catch any more of these shadows.
What time of day is it?
I'm gonna say it's probably afternoony right now, rather.
Okay.
I keep trudging along.
Okay. And Pooh, I would like you to make a perception check as well, with disadvantage, please.
That was loud. Yeah, that's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice much going on around you right now. Very single-minded. So you guys march, and outside of the occasional shadow person in your periphery, y'all don't. Not much happens. It's starting to become nightfall. Are you guys gonna march through the night, or are you gonna set up camp?
We're following the bugbear.
Yeah, how good are we feeling? How tired are we getting?
Well, I mean, you guys have been walking all day. It's probably going to be about a 3-day journey on foot, and that's making the assumption that you guys are making a pretty good click as far as moving swiftly. If you guys are going at a more leisurely jaunt, this could be a 5-day journey on foot. So depends on how fast y'all are moving, but you guys have been walking for a while, so.
Well, I would probably keep going, but
You're gonna keep going?
unless the others convince me to
Don't you-
stop.
Don't you have a potty break or anything?
Nope.
Pooh, stop
he
for
just-
a second.
He just goes while he walks, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pooh,
What?
stop for a second.
Why?
if we're going to, I don't think we can just keep up this pace forever. We should at least pick a good place, a good area. We're still seeing shadows. We may be being watched. If anything happens to us, we won't be able to get anywhere and help anyone.
But there's people, friends counting on me.
Yes, but we still have at least another 2 days to journey. We need to keep an eye out for a good place to rest and spend the night.
Fine. But let's make it quick.
One quick night later.
All right. So, are you guys gonna keep watch, or are you guys just gonna all bed down?
Well, is there any and I was going to say that also like to I don't know if there's anywhere that we could have where there was like high ground or something that it looked like that it would be easier to defend if we did get attacked from the shadows or whatever.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Ooh.
And because you're having people help you, you're having 2 of the 3, I'm sure, are trying to help you find a spot. I'll give you advantage on that.
Non-natural 20.
Awesome. Yeah, you find an area not too far off the road. It kind of plateaus up a little bit. So it seems like a nice flat ground that's elevated, where you should be able to. You feel like you'll have decent amount of surveillance of anything coming on foot towards you guys, and it's uphill from all sides. So a little bit more defensible.
So, I guess we go up there. Do we need to role play all that stuff?
No. So you guys get up there and set camp. Are you guys going to sleep right away, or?
I mean, I think we'll be alternating for who's keeping watch. And
I'll take first watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm guessing Pooh would be first watch.
I'll take second.
Okay.
How long are the hours on watch?
Well, you need 8 hours of rest to constitute a long rest. And for rather 6 to 8 hours, and being as there's 4 of you, I would say if everybody did 2 hours of watch, you guys could get 6 hours of broken sleep.
Okay, I'll take third watch.
Yeah, I'll do fifth. I'll do fourth.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, 4 would, and everybody loses 2. So yeah, that's gonna be 6 hours. That works.
Okay.
Sorry, math. All right, so Pooh, go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
19.
19. During your watch, you look around. You don't see much going on. You do actually no. I take that back. You do see the occasional shadows moving through the trees.
Through the
But
trees.
you
They're
aren't
coming.
you aren't entirely certain as to if that's normal wildlife or if that's the shadows that you have seen, that you have been told has been seen around you guys.
I kind of mumble to myself into the shadows.
If you were planning on trying anything, I wouldn't. I'm not very happy right now.
This is an interesting juxtaposition for me. Pooh was the actual Pooh that's owned by Disney, was a very sacred character for me as a child, and hearing him angry is just beyond bizarre for me. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
You should hear my
different.
my other D&D character. One of my others is a barbarian Mickey Mouse. So
Nice.
I've seen Mickey angry.
Yeah, I can see.
I have 2. I've played the Kingdom Hearts games. So, all right. So your watch comes to pass, and so next up is, I believe, Aelin. go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Apparently, I'm sleepy.
You are sleepy. In fact, I would like you to make a Constitution save at disadvantage, please.
3.
Ooh. And that is wow, that is actually
She did.
a crit fail. That is all right. So you fall asleep.
Please, Mr. DM, don't kill me.
Oh, I'm not going to kill you.
Who
Karen
can
could
we
be the
bring
first
on
to
the podcast next?
So you fall asleep, and you are awakened as you feel somebody rummaging through your pockets.
Okay, I'm going to. Can I do stealth if someone's rummaging through my pockets? Like, can I try to stealth away
Stealth
while
away.
they're rummaging?
I have
can I
yet to
just-
meet somebody who has a dexterity score that would allow for something that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like flail and kick whoever's in my pockets.
All right, so you kick. Make an
Yeah.
attack roll, please.
Would that be dexterity?
I believe a kick would be actually strength.
Okay. Oh dear. Hey, it's 20.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage on that. Just click on the. Oh, I guess you can't. Just roll a d6 for me, please, and add your strength modifier.
Gotcha. Hang on.
Or I'm sorry, not d6, d4. I'm stupid.
No, that's okay.
In the
So
meantime,
3.
All right, so you make a pretty solid connection. You hear a "Ugh," in a feminine voice. Are you trying to see who that is? Do you have dark vision by chance?
A feminine voice. Is it Callum?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Don't think I do, but if I need to see, I can quickly cast dancing lights.
What's the casting time on Dancing Lights?
1 action.
Okay, so that's gonna be 6 seconds to cast. I mean, you're welcome to try. You made a solid contact with this. You kicked this thing that was rummaging through your pockets.
Well, the better question is, did we set up a fire?
No one said anything about setting up a fire.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to magically light a match.
So you're using your dancing lights.
Yeah, I'm gonna use dancing lights.
All of a sudden, you hear this, boom, 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 and these orbs of light come out from your hands, and you see kind of a familiar-esque looking female running off into the woods. And go ahead and roll a perception check for me, please.
14.
You notice that your coin purse feels a little bit lighter.
Well then, I'm going to follow.
By the way, go ahead and take 20 gold out of your coin purse.
That's not nice.
All right, so you start chasing them through the woods, and about 100 yards out, she stops and turns.
I'm gonna assume that I've had my dagger on me, so I'm gonna pull it out and be like, "Well, darling, what do you want with my money?"
She kind of looks at you with a sly look on her face, and she goes, "Consider it a toll for crossing through our woods."
Now, darling, no one said anything about a toll. I'm gonna need you to give that right back.
She goes, "Well, I would love to, but I think they would be," and as she kind of gestures in a sweeping hand in the vicinity, "would be a little bit disappointed."
Okay, I'm gonna stealth to the shadows.
Actually, make a perception check before you
Okay.
do that.
19.
Yeah, there are definitely more people who are hidden around you that are watching the situation.
Hmm.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check
Okay.
if you're going to try to stealth into the shadows.
I rolled an 11.
You feel like you've stealthed.
Okay. So I'm going to try to sneak behind her with my 11 stealth.
And how close are you trying to get behind her?
Well, as a halfling, I can get in their square.
Okay. Is
So
that
I'm
what you're
trying
trying to do?
This is what I'm trying to do.
What's your AC?
Oh, God. 14.
Yeah, you take a foot to the face as you get within kicking distance. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you catch this foot in your nose.
Oof.
She looks at you. She goes, "I wouldn't recommend doing that again.
Well, darling, what do you recommend I do?
Go back to your camp and just forget about the money."
But I like my money.
Yeah, I do too.
I guess I'm going to go away.
All right.
Wow.
'Cause
As you
there's no one to help me.
as you head back to camp, you get there and you finish out the rest of your watch. And other than a couple shifting shadows through the trees, nothing else happens. So you reach the end of your watch, and Gareth, it is your turn.
Do I let Gareth know what happened?
Do you?
I'm going to say yes. Hey,
All right,
there was these shadows.
How far away did you get from the party?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. I know I am directionally challenged, but it was just a little bit of ways over there.
All right. I'll definitely keep my eyes open. Thank you, Aelin. Have a good sleep.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, Gareth, your watch comes and not a lot happens. Seems pretty uneventful. You don't notice any shadows in the trees at all or anything.
Okay.
And Orbog, it is your turn for watch.
Gareth, did anything interesting happen?
Not to me, but Aelin apparently was accosted by something.
Are you eating, Gareth?
Maybe. We can't eat on watch. Is that a rule?
No,
You see
you
the
can
the
eat
tail of a field mouse hanging out the corner of his mouth. He is a dragonborn. I mean,
Yeah.
Don't
I know.
don't lay flat when you're sleeping. Try to elevate a little bit.
But no,
okay.
she wasn't attacked. But apparently, yeah, she had an altercation with something. She has more information on it. I'm sure she'll fill us in the morning.
In our camp?
Oh, right outside the camp. She chased it away.
Ah, there's something about this girl.
Okay.
I've noticed it too. Something about her eyes. Oh, you meant something bad.
Not talking about the dragonborn lady on the wagon. Focus, Gareth.
He would, but he's trying to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. So, Orbog, go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
Big old 11.
Awesome. Yeah, and on your watch, not a whole lot happens either. Nothing really going on, and pretty soon the sun starts coming up, and you start to hear the birds wake up.
Oh, it's morning. All right, everyone up. Let's get moving. We've got places to go, people to rescue.
And I get up and start walking.
I eat one of the birds we heard.
Oh, jeez. Okay, you managed to capture a bird, and I'm assuming you're going to at least kill it before you eat it, or are you just going to...
Oh,
It kind of tickles when you don't cook it first.
Yikes.
All right.
Well, I mean, is he slowing down enough for me to kill it and cook it and
I don't
use a
know.
little-
Is he?
olive oil and rosemary?
No, I'm just going. So if you want to stay behind and cook your bird,
Bring the
for it.
George Foreman grill.
So, yep, you're eating raw bird, sir.
Look.
Finger
But
licking.
Given your orc heritage, you're kind of have no qualms about eating the less savory things in life. So,
I like the birds. You can use the beak to pick your teeth out.
that is terrible.
so I'm assuming you guys don't want to RP all 5 days to get, or all 3 days to get there. So, do you guys just want to
Let's do
video
it.
game this?
Every step.
I'll put it to you this way: is there any conversation that you guys want to have during this walk that you want to RP out right now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll just say I'll catch up to Pooh and say we can walk and talk. I just want to talk to you a little bit as we walk. Okay?
Oh, yes, that's fine. That's fine, Orbog. Whatever.
I realize that you're upset. We're all upset. And I realize that if what that lady said was true, then you have even more of a reason to be upset. But I would
Orbog.
please use your head and use caution.
The last time I used my head, I got a headache.
That was my fault. I take the blame for that.
Oh, yes, you should. But, Orbog, if what that lady said was true, then there's quite a lot that I am responsible for. I've lost Christopher. I've lost Callum. And perhaps
Is
Perhaps
Christopher
I've
only...
lost
No.
all of my people.
Is Christopher... You're the only one responsible for him?
He was my friend. And so was Callum. And that was my family. It can't be true.
I'm just saying, I know you can use your anger on their behalf, but if we get killed, it will not honor them, and we won't be able to correct anything.
Orbog, I'm choosing to believe that I won't have to use my anger. Nothing. We've only begun a few days.
I kind of speed up a little bit.
Yeah, very well. And I'll hang back a little bit.
All right. Anybody else got anything they want to RP out?
So, Aelin, tell me, how did you come upon our party?
Well, see, I was in the slave trading district because I was trying to find Callum, honestly, because I needed a little bit of cash. Didn't know Callum that well yet. Didn't know Callum at all. And so I had come there looking to find her or him.
Happens
And
to us
so-
all.
And so when I came across them, I decided I liked this party. Y'all are quite nice. Y'all make a good song later.
So, I don't understand. You didn't know Callum, but you were looking for him?
Well, you know, a general description. Not that many people travel with a bugbear.
And you were just looking for someone traveling with a bugbear for
Well, yeah.
money purposes?
Well, yes. There was a bounty out.
Ah, I understand now. So where do you come from? Where are your people?
I am from south of Baldur's Gate. It's a very little town. You wouldn't know it.
Is it a halfling town?
Well, yes. No pun intended.
What brought you to the adventuring life?
Well, I do like to sing. My family, you see, they're all bakers. Hence the reason I'm still finding flour in my hair. And they are very, very nice people, very lovely people. Best challah bread in all of Waterdeep. And I've had the challah bread in Waterdeep, and it is pitiful. But I was set up to follow in the family footsteps of the bakery business, and I realized I just could not do it. I needed to sing. I'm not that great at singing, but I do need to sing. So I started traveling, learned my instruments, and went from there.
Excellent. Well met.
She
You
should
have
try
any martial
Waterdeep
skills?
Idols.
What was that?
What
She
did you just?
She should try Waterdeep Idol.
I prefer the masked bard.
Oh, yes. That's a good one, too.
Do you have many martial skills?
I'm better at my acrobatics.
Aha.
I'm not bad with a crossbow,
With a crossbow.
but I need a little work on my swordmanship. I do have a very handy hammer. If you hit it just right in the middle of a head, the person goes right on down.
Hammers are handy for that, yes. I obviously
Nice.
use this axe.
Nice blonde fella taught me how to use it.
Was his name Maxwell?
No, but I do know him. He had a silver hammer.
I
This
love
guy-
that you got that. I love that you got that.
Oh, I'm the biggest Beatles fan ever. Maybe not ever. That would be my dad. But anyway.
We'll keep praying for you.
Yeah.
So,
Let's pray right now.
Our dear Father in heaven,
Is that Beatles hate?
what's that?
Was that a bunch of Beatles hate?
No, it was a joke. Come on.
White Album was life changing for me.
Yeah, so was the Green Album.
Nah,
Gray Album. Wait,
I don't think it,
Silver Album.
Not
it
the
didn't
Grey
change
album.
you enough.
The Grey
Anyway,
album
sorry
was
to
illegal.
interject on your guys' dialogue. It's just, it needed to be said.
So wait, are we seeing singing Beatles on the road right now?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we can.
We should.
She can talk to him.
Oh, I could. No, wait. I don't think I have speak with animals.
I do.
I took. Oh, you do. You would have to slow down, Pooh.
I won't.
Not gonna happen.
Now, what about yourself, Mr. Spiritual? Where do you hail from?
Do you know Salem? It's a little town.
Nice. I am from Gerard Cathendi, port city on the Alambar Sea in Timanther. Months before reaching Waterdeep, I had a type of visitation and was called to set up a mission in Waterdeep. Thanks to my noble birth, people are inclined to think the best of me. I'm welcome in high society, and people assume that I have the right to be wherever I am. Common folk make every effort to accommodate me and avoid my displeasure, which is slight, if ever, unless, of course, it's evil, in which case there's a lot of displeasure.
He does a lot of yelling.
It's
I
almost like
gathered
he had that written down somewhere.
I know. But that sounded extremely natural.
Thank you.
Oh, well then. You are an interesting fella, aren't you?
I would not be the best judge of that.
I'm not sure where else to go with this.
And we get there.
And scene.
And scene. No, I'm just letting you guys do whatever RP you guys wanted to do while you're walking, because we're just going to video game this once you guys get your RP out.
Keep walking.
I think it's done.
All right, I need 2 people to roll a survival check for the next 2 days.
Oh, me. Non-natural 20 for me.
Okay. Who's going to roll that second one?
I got an 11, so maybe somebody else should roll that.
You already
rolled it.
rolled
She
it.
already did it.
You're the one.
You got lucky. All right. So you guys just march along. Not a whole lot going on. You guys notice, those who saw it, though, noticed that after the encounter that Aelin had, it seems like the druids were playing by their own rules. And once they lifted the money off you guys, they stopped following you. So, because you haven't seen any of the shadows in the woods or heard any of the creaking of the boughs of the trees at all. So,
Is there any of the high grass that's looking weird at us?
that spell wore off a long time ago, sir.
Well, I didn't know if word it's traveled through.
Through the grassroots instead
Through
of
the
the grapevine.
But you guys make your way, and you are now at Daggerford. And I think of all y'all, the only person who's been to Daggerford before would have been Aelin.
I was unaware I'd been to Daggerford.
Well, if you came to Waterdeep from Baldur's Gate, you would have had to have gone through Daggerford.
Oh, well, I didn't think about that. I have slept since then.
So, has anyone been here before?
I have been here quite a while ago. I do not remember much. It was a sleep and go.
You guys are passing through town. It's not nowhere near as big as Waterdeep, but just a little bustle of a place. People are going up and down the streets, going about their business. It's probably mid-afternoon right now.
What's Pooh doing?
I'm looking around for
I guess I would look for some place where military transport might stop to check in. I want to find out to see if the wagon that would have brought Callum came through here. So either some place that looks official that might have noted when new visitors or something arrives, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, yeah, that would be a 3. A nice 3.
Wait a minute, I have been to Daggerford.
You have been to Daggerford. All right.
Yes.
So
There was on my way to Waterdeep, there was a group of travelers I was traveling with, and I left them in Daggerford.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's just a quick. There's a story behind it, but I don't think this is the time for it. Unless you want me to tell it, I don't know.
That's between you and your party, so.
Well, when we got here, I would be looking for my friends.
No, we don't want him to. No.
Well, let's check out this bar then. Maybe they've known if a military transport has been through here. But
Good, I
you
can see.
you don't see any wanted signs around here, do you?
Can I look around for a wanted sign too?
Yeah. Go ahead and make that perception check.
14.
You don't see. You look around. You don't see many posters hung up on walls much at all. I got to introduce you to something that exists in all my campaigns now. But you are familiar. You do see a familiar post in the middle of the central square, which is an enchanted post that exists in all towns at the exact same time, called the List of Craigery. And this is where people post
The list of Craigery.
Yes. People will post any kind of wanted or help wanted or any kind of want ads or anything to that effect or
Right,
advertisements up there.
A Craigery's list. I see,
yes.
I see.
No, it's the list of Craigery, and you know that's where you're probably going to want to look to find any kind of information like that. If it's not, if a town is connected by the totem, then that's probably going to be where you're going to want to look. So with that perception check that you gave, though, as you peruse Craigery's list, you do find the wanted section, and you don't really see yourself or Calum on there at all.
Good. Oh, I know that guy. No.
Okay. Do I see anything on there that kind of shows me what time we're in? Like, I mean, what year or anything like that?
What's your intelligence? I just realized I should have asked that before I went into depth on Craigery's list.
My intelligence is 0, so, or it's 10 plus no modifier. So
okay, so you can read then.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you notice that there are some dates that are written on certain ads as you just start perusing things, and you realize that you're probably these dates appear to be set about 2 years in the future.
No, this can't be right.
Can I grab someone walking by?
A bugbear is just gonna grab somebody while they're
I'm just gonna
metaphorically
reach out to anyone who just is walking by.
Okay. So you grab a 10-year-old child that's walking by.
Of course I do.
Charges.
I rolled my D100, sir.
No, that's just the way it goes.
Grab a 1-year-old baby off the street.
So yeah, you grab this child as they're walking by, and they look up at you with eyes the size of saucers.
Is this right?
I point to the date.
Is what right, mister?
This right here. Is this right?
And I kind of put his face up towards where the dates.
Oh dear, perhaps you should put the child down. As a smaller person, I do think that it is hard to think when someone is holding you like that.
The child looks at you and goes, "No, it's not right at all."
Oh, I would say so.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
And I just kind of let go of the child.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a bad idea.
Okay.
Opportunity.
Okay, so the child falls probably about 3 feet and lands on its knees. It starts to cry and runs away.
Well, now we have done it.
And done what? It's 2 years. 2 years.
Do bugbears have moms? Mothers?
Yes, bugbears have mothers. What a ridiculous thing to ask.
Follow me here. Do bugbears' moms ever get angry when their cub is hurt?
Of course they do.
You have just angered that child's mother bear by dropping him.
The child. Oh, sorry.
Aelin, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh dear. 11?
As you're talking and you're trying to explain this to Pooh, you're looking around and you're watching people who are kind of giving a weird look to Pooh
Really?
as completely, and you noticed it before this whole child incident. They all were kind of giving a strange look to Pooh.
So
They're
nothing out of the
giving him the
ordinary.
side eye.
Not so much malicious, but they're kind of looking at him, like, say, for instance, how you would look at if you were to see a dodo bird just out of nowhere.
Oh, yes.
Some
Animal Crossing.
Now,
like
might
they're seeing something that shouldn't be there.
right. Might I suggest we get on the inside of things rather quickly?
Yes, I could use a drink.
Do I, just looking around quickly, I mean, obviously I've been through here once, but is there a possibility that I might recognize where I left my friends?
Okay, you would, based off of where you're at in town, you would know that where that is kind of to the west of where you're at presently. You're kind of in the middle of town. You're basically in the town's
Right.
in the town's Times Square, so to speak.
Right.
So you know that's where you had left them off at.
Okay. Sorry, that was loud. I do have some friends on the outskirts of town. If you want, we could make our way there.
How do they feel about bugbears?
If they're peaceful, they don't mind any intelligent being.
Well, I then am all for it.
Oh, whatever. That's fine with me.
And have we all heard and understand that it's probably like 2 years?
He was shouting 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
And probably still mumbling it.
2 years. No. No.
All right, so you guys travel. Gareth, I'm assuming that you're leading them.
yes.
Okay, need you to make a quick survival check just to see how readily you find where you left them at. 16, not bad. All right, go ahead. So you, after about 20 minutes of meandering through town, you come to the area where you had dropped them off at in that kind of close-knit community, and you notice a new building has been erected in that area that has a cross on the top of it, and there's a sign out front that says Church of the Living.
This just may be them.
So, all right, you approach. Are you going to go into the Church of the Living?
Yeah.
I'm
for it.
suspect of this, so I'm going to keep my hand on my dagger as we go in.
I said I needed a drink. Or do they have drinks here?
They have types of drinks, depending on what you'd want.
Something strong, preferably.
If I remember correctly, the water here is very strong.
I don't think he's talking about holy water, darling.
The water. No mead or something like that.
We'll find you something. Don't worry.
2 years.
Get a tattoo.
All right. So as you walk in, Gareth, you notice a very familiar looking tabaxi towards the front of the church. And she looks up at you and she goes, "Oh, well, if it isn't Gareth, I didn't expect to see you again."
Oh, I wanted to come back and see how all of you were doing. How are you, good friend?
It's Belle, just so you know.
I thought it might be.
Oh, just living the dream. You know how it is. But no, we started reading that book that you left us with, and it was just great. we decided we made the conversion to this faith, and we started the church here. A little confused on some of the points, but we get the major points.
That's a good
Or
thing.
our philosophy is, the plain things are the main things.
Yes. Yes. So is everyone else here?
Oh, just sometimes we kind of spread out a little bit. Everybody's here at some point or another. Derek, he just missed him. He just left. He's handing out pamphlets up on the north side of town right now. And then Stumblefoot, he left town. He heard about the eradication up north, and he went up there to see what good he could do up there. I haven't heard from him since. It's probably been about a year.
Wow. I haven't heard as much probably as other people about the eradication. Could you fill me in a little bit?
Weren't you up there? I thought you were heading up towards Waterdeep.
I was there, but then I was away for a little while. When I came back,
Oh.
I heard about the eradication, but not a lot of detail.
Oh, well, apparently there was this slaver. Let me see if I can remember his name here. His name was Zeus. That's right, Zeus Yundrea. He had met with somebody that was affiliated with the tribe of Sanders up north, and he came to find out that they had a champion, I guess, that had left, and he had a knowledge of another member of the tribe named Christopher. Anyway,
Did you say Sanders and Christopher?
No, you don't hear that. La 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 la.
Pooh, dear, why don't you let the lady finish?
Yes, finish by all means.
so anyway, he capitalized on that, and he knew that there was a oncoming faction of the King of Burger.
Not the King of Burger. Did he hurt the colonel?
Well, he
Makes
he
me
kind
grimace.
he kind of decided to have a two birds with one stone situation when they met up.
Combo pack.
And I'm seriously trying to have a serious conversation with you guys here, and you guys keep throwing me off.
Sorry.
my game.
I missed the burrito bell.
Anyway, so he without the champion there, the Burgers just annihilated the Sanders, and then with that being said, he eradicated the Burgers with his league of druids that he had, and then to kind of gather up the rest, he put out a kind of a bounty, so to speak. He was offering probably about 75 gold for a bugbear pelt.
Interesting.
The bug.
That's a good price.
What? What did you say?
I said, look, there's some church mice.
They're a quiet bunch.
But so they haven't been bugbears. I mean, other than this one here, I haven't seen a bugbear for at least a year and a half. Easy.
They're all gone then.
As far as I know, I haven't been up there.
I failed.
And
Perhaps we'll look for Stumblefoot.
sit down on the
our way up
floor.
there.
If it's
I just-
anyone's fault, I would blame the keeper.
No. It's my fault.
But you had no
Yeah.
way of knowing that there would be a 2-year lapse. We make choices in our lives, and we deal with the results of those choices. You made the most faithful choice you could make at that time, and you need to honor that.
I should have never left, but Christopher and then Callum and then...
But you had no idea these things would happen. You made the best choice with the best information, and you were faithful. That's what you needed to do. If you did anything else, you would have failed.
Oh, but I think I need to think for a while.
I try to find a quiet spot to sit and think for a little bit.
All right.
I'm sure there's plenty of those around in the church.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
sit with
all
the
right.
mice.
Oh.
You're in church on a Tuesday, sir. So
Yes.
Is he looking for the communion wine?
No, not right now.
oh no, we use grape juice here.
Oh. Do you have any bad grape juice?
So anyway, Gareth, how
Yes.
you've been? How you've been? I was afraid you was gonna get caught up in all that up there.
Well, luckily, for some reason, events took me away. But yes, I am very concerned about the town and our good friend Stumblefoot up there. So I guess we have some thinking to do, and then we'll probably decide on our next steps.
Should we ask her about the time? Are we just accepting it's been 2 years?
It has been 2 years since I left you, right?
Give or take a few months, I'm sure.
It just doesn't seem like that long to us. Are there places to stay here in the chapel, or should we go into town, do you think?
You know, we're just starting out here, so we don't really have like any church housing, so to speak. But you're definitely welcome to stay here and sleep in the pews if you want. I trust you enough to not steal from your own religion. So
Well, that's good.
Is there a potluck in the fellowship hall?
there will be this Sunday if you guys want to hang around for like 5 days.
We may. No promises.
But you know what we kind of have Gareth here listed as one of our founding members of this church because he, if it wasn't for him, we would have never learned of the faith. So what we can do is we can throw an impromptu gathering, and what kind of like a welcome home of the brethren, so to speak.
I would like to see everyone again before I leave.
All right. Well, don't expect a bunch of voices for them because I'm not going to do that.
We don't need to burden her.
We'll gather some as many of the people as we can, and see what we can throw together. Hospitality. That's a gifting that we have here. Yeah, I'll go start making arrangements. In the meantime, please take a load off. You look like you've been traveling. So we have a well outside if you need to freshen up, clean yourself up a little bit. So
Thank you so much.
We'll see what we can do to take care of you guys.
Thank you so much.
And with that, the tabaxi walks out the front door of the church, and you guys are in the sanctuary all by your lonesome.
Is there somewhere else we should look for information about where they may have possibly taken Callum that would be in this town?
I'm not sure.
Or would we just...
Belle is, how should I say it? She is not the biggest information source, let's say. She did have a lot of information about this, but there are other people in the party that I left who are older, more knowledgeable, and perhaps even more knowledgeable about this specific thing. I'm not sure. So perhaps meeting them may get us more information.
Yes, I just didn't know if there was some place with records or something that we could look through where we could find things that are written down of 2 years ago.
Well, I can always go to the taverns and play and try to get some information if somebody would like to come with me.
I don't.
I can always grab another child. No, I mean,
He's
I don't think that's a good idea,
Pooh's
Pooty.
not in this conversation. I just had to throw that out there.
How long should we stay here? Is it even worth staying here?
I think
I mean,
at least one night,
Beyond the
then-
night, yes.
and then we can regroup. Let Pooh clear his head.
That sounds like a reasonable idea.
So I don't know if we can't find anything on Callum, and then the bugbears are the next situation. But I don't even know how we deal with that without possibly getting Pooh into a bad situation.
I hate Pooh in a bad situation.
Anyway, thought this was a kid's show. Well, why don't we do this? I'll stay here with Pooh, and why don't you take Aelin? Is it Aelin?
That's fine.
Around to some of the places and see if there's anything else you can, any other information you can scare up.
Sounds good.
I'm quite all right with that.
Wonderful.
All right, so you all go into the Prancing Pony, and it's a bustling place. It you know, by the time you get there, it's kind of closing time, so to speak, and you know, people are in there, and you hear some jaunty music in the background. You hear people are like clanking of dishes together, and ha ha, you know, and it's a lively joint, to be sure.
What is
fighting, no fighting pit in the middle of it, though.
Wait, was everybody kung fu fighting?
No, nobody was
Sure.
kung fu fighting.
Surely not everybody was kung fu fighting. I'm gonna go up to the bar and ask the bartender. Is that what that would be called? And
Barkeep,
ask,
bartender, whatever.
yeah, that works. And ask if they need any entertainment for the night.
Like I said, there was some jaunty music playing in the background there. He's like, well, we've got a bunch of we've got a group of bards up there playing right now, but if you want to go join them, by all means, they're playing for tips. So
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go grab my my flute and head on up there and kind of give a quick little bow to Garrick so that he can get some information.
And John, which key are they playing in?
that I don't know. Aelin, what key are you guys playing in?
F flat.
Skeleton.
The key of tip us well.
Okay, if that's what you're going for, I need you to make a performance check, please.
Okay. 24.
Very nice. By the end of the evening, I'm not closing off the section right now, but by the end of the evening, you have made 132 gold in tips.
Yes.
When you roll a 24 on a performance check like that.
Nicely done.
Anyway, all right. So Orbog, what are you doing while she's up there jamming away on that flute? Playing a really righteous version of Aqualung, by the way.
Oh,
Nice.
that's not right.
It's not right at all.
No Jethro Tull, really.
It
Okay.
sounds, yeah, but it's righteous. So that's, I'm a paladin, so I'm into it. I guess I'm looking around carefully, trying not to
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I don't know how much. I mean, if it's a big crowd and everybody's just kind of having fun and um,
I think we just learned something about Orbog. He's socially awkward.
oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. You didn't learn that from the first episode when he literally out loud said he's just trying to fit in.
Nice. No, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah. I'm assuming there's not a lot of orcs around here or anything. But
Make a perception check.
14.
You do actually see one orc on the other side of the room, kind of air jamming out a little bit to the tunes that are being playing. And you hear, and all of a sudden you hear him shout out, "Sitting on a park bench."
Yeah, that bad?
He's an orc.
I guess I'll go. I guess I'll go up to the bar.
Just gonna ignore the orc. All right. You head up
No,
to the bar.
I don't. I know. Call to adventure. Blah blah blah. I guess yeah. I'll go to the bar.
All right. So you go up to the bar, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Pretty good. I'm a little out of sorts. Been on a long journey. Just got back to town, and seems like a lot of things have changed.
Oh, really? You want to talk about it?
Not right this second. I'm processing. I will take a drink though.
What you having?
Nothing too strong.
Ah, I got you. You want a mead light? I got just the thing for you. He goes and grabs you a bottle and he pours it out into a glass, and it's mostly clear with just the slightest hint of yellow to it.
This is bottoms up.
That's how they get it.
Do you know, is there anyone here? We lost a friend in this town a couple of years ago, and we're just trying to find them.
Oh, okay. When you said lost a friend, I thought you were talking about like they were part of the eradication or something. And I mean, oh, that's terrible, mister. I can give you something hotter than that. But no, if you're like can't find them, then maybe, I don't know. Who you looking for?
His name was Callum.
Callum.
He was mistaken for fighting in the street, a stupid crime. And he looks mostly human, but every once in a while he has these like weird wings that pop out of his back. It's pretty cool actually. But yeah, we don't know if he had come through here, and we're trying to find him.
Sounds like your friend was an Awesomer, huh?
Yes. He wasn't that awesomer, but it was pretty awesome. But
I get what you do. I get what you're doing there, buddy. But racial jokes don't fly in this establishment.
I'm sorry. I wasn't joking. I was serious. But can you tell me? Is there any more details you can give me about what happened to the bugbears?
There's not much to say. A group of slavers just decided one day to go and eradicate them. I don't know, like
they just killed them. They didn't like take them and take them on ships away from here.
Well, I mean, I just know the hearsay. I wasn't actually there to actually see it. But to my understanding, most of them turned into rugs. If you catch my drift, I'm sure some of them probably got sold. You know, there's money to be made in that, but they don't call it the eradication for nothing.
Do you know why?
Well, like I said, that all happened up in Waterdeep. and I wasn't there to see it. I just know that it happened. You know the Slava types. Who knows why they do what they do? You know, they don't see certain species as being people. You know, so you know when someone looks at you as property, I mean, it's hard to really try to explain that to somebody who, you know, doesn't feel the same way about it.
Yes, I'm familiar with discrimination. Uh, just sad. We once had a bugbear friend.
Yeah. Was you? I thought you said there was an Asama.
Yeah, we've had a few friends we've met, and some are lost. Some are still with us. I'm
Well,
a friend of that flute player or whatever she's playing up there.
oh yeah, she's tearing it up there.
Yeah.
But let me try to help you find your Asama friend at least. You know, when did they come through?
I think it was like 2 years ago.
Oh, why were they coming through? I mean, 2 years is kind of a hard trail to pick up, but maybe if I knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew anybody with somebody official and that they might have records from 2 years ago or something that where they could look it up or
And that they were arrested here in Daggerford?
no, it was in Waterdeep. But
Oh.
we think that the
Oh,
trail came
so
through
what
here.
you're saying 2 years ago they were arrested in Waterdeep and they were being sent through Daggerford?
Um, that's what our friends think. I don't know what.
Oh, so they were going to Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Oh, well, if you would have said that, this would have been a quicker conversation. That route, they stopped doing that shortly after the eradication. Basically, after the eradication, they take care of pretty much everything in house up there anymore. We don't get a lot of word from Waterdeep anymore.
Is there anything else that you know? As I said, it's been a while. It's been 2 years since I've been back toward this area or Waterdeep or anywhere around here. Were there any other big events or anything else that you can tell me?
Not off the top of my head, I can't think of nothing. But you know, I mean, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. It just seems like we've missed a lot. And I'm just wondering how much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like the old saying goes, you know, the more things change, the more things stay the same. So,
I have another question too, which I don't know if you'd be familiar.
yeah.
Um, did you know, and I didn't really know them well myself or anything, and they certainly were not friends of mine, being the upstanding paladin I am, but there used to be a crime family or something in Waterdeep, and there was a woman named Mary something, and I believe she was killed.
You see his eyes get the size of saucers. He's looking around. He's like kind of giving you the cut symbol by waving his hand across his neck. Like,
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if anything else happened with that situation. All I know is that she was killed and a lot of her people were.
yeah, Mister, I don't want to involve myself in anything that you were just talking about there, but
That's fine.
I'm gonna cue you in on something. That's not something you want to talk about out in the open.
It's good to know. I figured that that's not something great to talk about, period, but I know you barkeeps tend to hear things, and even when people don't talk to you, they're still around talking when you're around, so I just didn't know if you might have known something.
Yeah, no, I appreciate I appreciate the sentiment of, you know, but yeah, some things we just don't talk about. And yeah, but your friend, if they went to Baldur's Gate 2 years ago for fighting, that was the reason why they sent him to Baldur's Gate, was for fighting.
Supposedly, and that's why
That's kind of a hefty thing to do for fighting.
that's why we were concerned, because it did not seem fair.
Gosh, I don't know if it was just for fighting. Your friend would have been let out by now. God only knows where they'd be at this point.
Oh, thank you for talking. I'll just enjoy my very light ale.
It's a mead light. A mead light.
Mead. Sorry. No offense.
Yes. No, none taken. None taken. It's easily confused, but one's made from wheat, the other's made from honey. So just throwing that out there. I didn't want to set incorrect expectations for you.
Okay. Sounds wonderful.
All right. In the meantime, back at the church, what's going on between Gareth and Pooh?
I'm just sort of feeling him out. If he just wants to sit, I'm just going to let him sit. I'll be near him just in case he wants to talk. But other than that, just sort of taking in the ambiance.
Gareth,
Yes, friend Pooh.
why did this happen?
Things happen sometimes for reasons we don't know. Sometimes we never know the reason. That's one of the reasons why we need to just be faithful and do the things that we know is right. What we did was right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what else happened, because if we didn't do what was right, if we weren't being faithful, then we wouldn't have been being true to ourselves. And there's no guarantee that if we did anything else, that anything would have changed. Things may have been worse if we had done other things.
Oh, yes, but I fought in the street with Callum. I forced him to escape with me. I lost Christopher because I wasn't even paying attention to what was going on in my own village. And then I left my people. Now all of them are gone.
We don't know that. And we will keep being faithful. We will keep doing the right thing. And we will make sure that when we find out, people will be brought to justice if need be. And we will know in our hearts that we did the right thing. We were faithful.
I don't know. How can I know what is the right thing?
Well, I have a book here. It's the Western Book of the Dead. It was given to me a while ago. It is something that my family believes in. And it has some interesting truths in it. And to tell the truth, I'm not exactly sure if the promises in here belong to someone like me, because I'm not human. But the truths are still truths. And I follow them because it's the truth. To deny it would be folly. So I could read it to you. I could read it with you, if you'd like. I could leave it here for you to read by yourself. But this is where I get my grounding. This is why I walked away from you all when you were doing anything with slavery. Because slavery is nothing that you want to get involved with. Not even as bait. Not even to tease out the bad things in there. It goes so much deeper that it's almost incomprehensible. the way that evil has its hold on these towns in this country, in these countries. I've grown up in a throne room. I've grown up with royalty, and I've been in on meetings. Sometimes I was listening outside the door, but I got a sense that you don't just try to take something out of a larger whole, because it will just make the entire whole collapse. And that can be even worse than being able to deal with that hole in a different way. So when you were trying to do something with slavery, I needed to walk away. That was me being faithful to who I am, to the truth that I understand. I never wanted to desert you, but no one was listening to me at the time, so I needed to do what was right. This book really explains it much better than I can.
At this point, Belle walks in and she's got an armful of sacks, and she's walking off towards the kitchen area that's off in a different room in there. And there's a couple other people who are pouring in. They start putting up decorations around the sanctuary.
Do I recognize them?
Most of them you don't, but you do see. Got to make sure I'm saying his name right, because I think I mispronounced it earlier. You do see. Is it Darak?
I say Darak, but you could say Darak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see Darak walking in, and what race is he? Just so I can match your imagination.
Darak is an orc or half
Okay.
orc.
So you see this. I'm gonna make him an orc, and Darak comes in, and he's you can tell he's primarily put in charge of reaching things and hanging the high stuff up on the wall.
All right, I go over to him. Darak, friend.
Oh, hey, Gareth, how you doing?
Very good, very good. And it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How have you been?
Oh, I've been great. I was just over at the Prancing Pony. They got this awesome band of bards over there. They did a really wicked aquavung.
Wicked as in bad. So
Still the same Gareth.
and still the same Darak. So good to see you again.
Yeah. So what brings you into town? I mean, they said you were here, and I got all excited. I had to come over with the decoration party and reach tall places, apparently.
Still good at that. No, we were traveling through, and we were in Waterdeep, but we left before the unpleasantries up there. I'm not sure how much you've heard.
The eradication, right?
Yes. And we heard that Stumblefoot made his way up there and hasn't been heard from. So we were thinking about maybe going and finding him.
Oh yeah, if you run into him up there, definitely send word. We haven't heard from him. We're getting a little bit concerned.
I will if I do find him.
Life as a missionary, it's always a little bit on life on the edge, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
So hey, so where did you go? If you, I mean, apparently it sounds like you don't know a whole lot about what's going on, but from what Belle was talking about.
No, we were in a place where it just seemed like time flew for some reason. And by the time we got back here, it was 2 years after everything happened.
Wow, must have been a good time if you didn't realize 2 years had gone by.
Well, we did get a lot accomplished, but other than that, we do seem to have lost a little bit of time.
Yeah. So, well, hey, I gotta finish putting some of this stuff up, but it's good seeing you.
Very good.
Hope to talk to you at the thing tonight.
Yes, definitely. Find me out.
All right, so evening comes. The tavern's in full swing. Are you guys gonna stay at the Prancing Pony, or are you guys gonna head back to the church?
I'm gonna stay as long as I can make money.
Well, the money that you have is the money that you have, regardless of how long you're staying. So
I'll stay as long as she's staying.
I rolled for your money for the evening. So if you stay longer, that's fine. It's a character choice, but it's not going to affect the overall outcome of the gold.
Right. No, I knew that. I was just saying my character would stay as long as she thinks she can get money.
All right. Well, so the church soiree goes into full swing. Gareth and Pooh, you guys notice that Orbog and Aelin are not there for it,
Okay.
but there is plenty of food, and there is a gathering of probably about 175 people there.
Wow.
Wow.
There's quite a few people here. Where are our friends? I don't recall where they went to.
I'm sure they're okay. After this is over, if they're not back yet, I'll go check. I'll go find them, make sure that they're okay. You, though, should probably stay here with all the weirdness that's going on with bugbears. I think the best thing is to have you out of sight, off the streets.
Yes, that's probably right. I don't trust myself right now anyway. I think the wrong thing could probably set me off.
Well, eat some good food, meet some good friends, get some good rest, and the morning may bring other surprises.
As you say that, Belle comes up to the two of you. She goes, "So I was just well, the church took up a kind of a love offering for you guys, and well, you sir, I'm sorry, Mr. Bugbear, I didn't catch your name earlier when I was talking to Gareth here."
It's Pooh.
Yeah, Pooh, I'm realizing that you may be affiliated with, you might know some people who are affiliated with what I was talking about. And so we took up a love offering for you, and I got this for you. And she hands out this gallon drum of honey. She hands it to you.
Is that? Oh, could it be? Is that honey? I smell.
Yeah, we thought that that might brighten your day a little bit. And then we also got you something a little bit practical. We dived into the church coffers a little bit for this because we felt that if you're heading up that direction, you probably need this. And she hands you a hat.
A hat? I don't know. Is it my size?
Oh, you're not familiar with what this is?
I can't say that I am.
Oh, well, it's called a hat of many faces. Like
A hat of many faces.
right. Here, let me show you. And she takes the hat from me. She goes, "I want you to think about somebody else. Think about somebody else."
Okay, I think about Callum.
And then she puts the hat on your head, and Gareth, you watch Pooh turn into a spitting likeness of Callum.
What just happened? That's not you, Callum, is it?
Callum? Oh, where's Callum? Callum's here.
Pooh, it looks like you turned into Callum. I think it's the hat. Is it the hat?
It is the hat.
That's incredible.
That is incredible.
We thought you might need it in order to get around without being accosted by people looking for 75 gold.
Yes. This will come in very handy. Oh, thank you very much.
And she leans in and she gives you a hug.
Okay.
Aw. Callum gets a hug.
I give a hug back, I guess, kind of an awkward bear hug.
She goes, "So anyway, feel free to help yourself to the buffet. Everybody's kind of waiting for you because you're the guests of honor." So
Oh, wow.
we kind of thought your friends would be here. So do you know if they'll be coming or not?
They may be. I'm not sure exactly what their plans are.
All right. Well, there's plenty of food to go around. So, and then whatever's left over, you guys can take on your journeys for provision.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Should we get our friends? I don't want them to miss the party. I'd like for them to be here.
I'm sure they will be if they have finished their mission. I don't want to interrupt them in the middle of it. So why don't we eat? And after the party, perhaps we can even step out a little, me personally. Perhaps you can come too and test out your hat.
Oh, yes, that sounds like a good idea.
All right.
There was a quick question here from Aylin in our private chats here. I'm just going to throw this out there. The Hat of Many Faces, it's an illusion spell. It's just an illusion spell. So you are still a bugbear. You don't change any of your qualities. It just changes the way you look, and that's it.
So it doesn't matter if I wanted to be someone smaller than myself, would that
People would
space?
only see people would only see the smaller thing, but if they were to reach out and touch the space above you, they would feel something there that they can't see.
Right. Cool.
All right.
Wonderful.
So we eat some food and see if our friends are back.
Yep. I dip everything in honey.
Of course you do.
All right. So time goes by. It's going on about 11 o'clock. The tavern is starting to clear out a little bit because, like I said, it's Tuesday, and no one's going to party too hard on a Tuesday. And some of the bards have already started leaving as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to. I keep forgetting. Do I have Gareth with me, or is it?
Yeah.
Orbog.
I go up to Orbog. Well, darling, do you think we should head on out?
I think so. Did you find any information out?
No, but I've got quite a bit of gold, so that's always good.
True, especially since you... Oh, do I know that she had some stolen?
Did she say that you had some stolen? I don't think she did. I
don't think she did, yeah. She just had a encounter.
I keep my lips tight about my money.
Yeah, keep your lips tight about everything. Mischievous.
That's because I'm secretly making it up as I go along.
So am I.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, so I guess we're heading back to the church.
All right, you're heading back to the church. By the time you guys get back to the church, you see a couple stragglers leaving the church, but for the most part, when you walk inside, the church is pretty much empty. You see a bunch of decorations around the church, and you see a set of tables along one side of the room that has some hot dishes and now cold, and some salads and whatnot. Most of them have been picked over pretty well.
Do they have any orc forks?
You mean your hands?
That's an orc fork.
That would be disturbing if they just had orc hands around.
So let me guess. So we made it back to the church, and now they're going to walk into the bar.
They didn't say that they had left yet. So,
okay.
I mean,
No, we're still here.
Okay. Well,
I'm sitting with Gareth then.
do you still have your hat on?
Yeah. I'm.
All right.
All right. So the two
How about this one?
you found him.
Callum, what are you doing here?
I'm sitting there with I'm sitting there with Gareth, trying to think of different people to turn into. So I do one that looks like.
Here's one. I'm big and mean and scary.
I turn into. I look like Orbog. I turn to look like.
You watch Callum turn into Orbog when you guys say, "What are you doing here?"
Callum, what's going on?
What? Oh, you're back.
Except that I look like Orbog right now.
Yeah, with Pooh's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, so his voice doesn't change either.
No.
Oh,
Just the visual.
and I was just thinking, I wonder how much bugbear fur it would take to cover one of these pews.
The what?
Orbach, dear, that may not have been the right statement.
Well, they're a little hard on my bottom.
Maybe we should start this conversation over. Let's go back to where you came in.
Oh, look, it's me. Are you making fun of me?
Oh, sorry, Obog. I've got this new hat.
And I take off the hat.
And Orbog turns into poo.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, that is just the most genius thing I have ever seen.
Oh, yes. The kind people here gave it to me along with some honey.
And which one do you like more?
Oh, the honey, of course.
Okay.
But it's almost gone.
Oh.
Of course it is.
There's only a smack roll left.
Oh. Has anyone here learned anything more? We weren't able to learn very much.
No, I think what we know is what we know. So I think perhaps heading up to Waterdeep might be our next good step.
I mean,
Yes.
is that the next step you want to take, Pooh? Or are you wanting to go to Baldur's Gate for Callum? It would seem that even if Callum is being held, at least he's in a safe place. Whereas we need to, I suppose we need to face the bigger problem and find out what happened to your brethren.
Well, I will say this party has lifted my spirits some. I think that if you're up for it, I would appreciate going back and finding out more about my tribe and my family. And as you said, Callum isn't going anywhere anytime soon, hopefully.
Well, I think that we can arrange for that to happen.
Thank you all for sticking with me. I haven't done much for you.
You've done plenty for us. This is what friends do. They stick together.
And honey is sticky. We don't have a choice.
Well, thank you nonetheless. I think that perhaps I will turn in for the night here soon.
Yes, I think that's our best plan, is to camp out here for the night and then head out in the morning.
So, Pooh, could you lay down on this pew?
Oh, wait. Why would I do that? A poo
What?
on the pew?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that's. Did she say we were going to be able to sleep somewhere else? I thought that's where she told us to sleep.
On the pews.
On the pews with the poos.
Well, the party's still going on. I don't know if sleeping right in the midst of the party.
Like I don't know if you heard me earlier, but when they had walked in, the last few stragglers were walking out of the church.
Okay.
So.
I didn't know that. I thought there was still a couple people in here, but
Does he know? Did she tell him like how long the? Is it just endless? Whenever he puts it on, he'll look like someone else.
Until he takes it off.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna have to spec it out a little bit between episodes. There's gonna have to be like a DC that I set for it and everything. But you know.
Well, I'm wondering if I mean, I assume we feel pretty safe here, but I didn't even know if he should have it on when he's sleeping. I mean, if
it's going to require concentration.
wait,
if
awake, okay.
Yeah, he's going to have to be awake to use it.
Now, if I was just to wear the hat as a hat.
If he was to turn over on his stomach on the pew,
No,
would he
I'm just
not think it's thrown on.
I'm just wondering what the hat looks like. Are we talking like a cowboy hat or a fedora or like
What do you want it to look like?
I'm thinking a straw farmer hat or
a straw farmer hat?
Should look like the sorting hat.
I don't know. I don't
Should
know
be
what
like-
I don't know
like-
what sort of hat Pooh would look good in.
Dunce cap.
an old
A dunce cap.
an old Navy admiral cap.
I'll give that some thought.
It's an empty honey jar. Stick your head in.
Empty honey jar.
No. We don't have to determine what it looks like right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pooh, if you could just lay down here.
All right, I think this spot here does seem rather comfortable.
Now just stretch out, like just
Right. Yes, I'll do that. Oh,
cover as much as you can. I just
I'll just. Is this good?
that's pretty good. Now blow me a kiss and
Okay.
That got awkward real quick. Not sure how much of that's going to make it into the episode. But...
Now read me a bedtime story.
So anyway, good games tonight, guys. For those of you out there who are listening, what's up?
Could my hat be like one of those Mickey Mouse hats with this?
No,
With a bow.
no copyrighted or trademarked material. So
All right.
A sailor's cap.
But
Yeah.
for those of you out in listener land, hope you enjoyed tonight's session. I know it was pretty RP heavy, but I'm trying to balance things out a little bit here because I gave you guys a lot of dungeon crawl early on. So right now at the time of recording this, which is early June, we're looking at making a Facebook site, a Facebook page for this podcast in particular. So by the time this goes out, I'm sure we'll probably have one made. So if you take a look on Facebook and search for Playing Games with Strangers, be sure to like us on there to see all current and future updates. And again, rate our podcast and give us a review as well. That helps us out tremendously. And anybody else got anything to say before we sign off?
can
Hi.
Steve read the credits now?
Well, Steve reads the credits at the end of everything.
Yeah.
Please support our various side projects, Supersonic Pod Comics, Geek Devotions for Celeste,
Yeah.
Strangers and Aliens with Steve McDonald, by comics written by J.S. Earls.
And listen after the credits because there's going to be a secret scene.
Maybe not. We haven't done it yet, but we're talking about doing stuff like that. So, all right. For those of you out there, hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you in the next episode.